It's Wednesday night, and the boys are back for another episode of the Before the Buzzer podcast, episode 16. We're on our way into the conference finals. The Eastern Conference Finals already wrapped up. Western Conference Finals almost over. How we doing tonight, boys?
Chilling. Just a bit tired, but everything's good. Basically hyped for the NBA Finals right now.
Also very tired. It was a fun weekend seeing my boy Shaw World in person again. We didn't record an in-person episode. We were too busy doing work, grinding, etc. To have the time for that. But yeah, it was good. It was good to see my boy. So we'll all be back in Irvine again. Location drop. SoCal. And able to record together and have more in-person episodes moving forward. But yeah, it was
Good to be
back.
We do apologize. This week's episode got a little bit pushed back, but hey, next week we'll be affected. We'll still get that one out on time. So you guys just get 2 episodes closer together. But we do have to start with a series that was pretty. The debate around it last week was pretty heated. We brought Casey on and got on here between the Timberwolves and Mavs. And Pritch, just hold on a second. I think I have a surprise for you right here.
The camera is off. What does that mean?
The camera's off because
you're edging me, Adam.
Boys from Dallas are up. We had to bring Cowboy
you hat. Edge me for the fucking cowboy hat, bro.
That was a big surprise.
The Cowboys are gonna give you guys a lot of like.
What did I call Luka Doncic? A soul snatcher. And you know what he did? Man, he snatched their souls, bro. Game 2, you see Rudy Gobert on him, man. Give me that match.
Rudy Gobert.
Let me go, man. Let me take that one-on-one step back on your dome, bro. Hey, Doncic, man, he's just too good for them fellas over there, man. Up there in Minnesota. Pitch. Didn't I hear you say the other week, man? This is a cakewalk. I
didn't say cakewalk. Okay. Let me go through what I said and what happened.
Hold on. Let me finish right here. You said there's no logical way that the Mavericks could win this here series in 6 games unless Luka averaged 40-point triple-doubles. And guess what? He didn't even have to do that, and they're still up 3-1. They should have had it over in 4 games if it wasn't for Karl-Anthony Towns WWE drop kicking Derek Lively in the head in Game 3.
Okay, that's not like okay.
That is what happened. And we'll barely pull out Game 4. So now we going back to Minnesota. Sorry, R.I.P. Charles Barkley. You got to go back to Minnesota one more time. But hey, it's all good. You get to see Luka Doncic one more time. I'm cool with that. So hey, me and Cheyenne, I think we gave the Mavericks a little bit like too much leeway. We gave
exactly.
We said Mavs in 6. It's about to be Mavs in 5. So Pritch, what do you guys
the gun here? Okay.
Adam had a D1. Let's get Stephen A. impersonation.
All right, let's go through what I predicted and then what's happened. Right, I feel like that's the best way to look at this.
You predicted wrong. We know that already.
Yeah, I know. Let me get back to that. Well, so one of the main things in my argument is that Dallas role players would kind of go back to earth, right? They haven't.
Whoa!
They're real.
Actually, no.
First 2 games.
I'd say they.
Hey, has PJ Washington played the same this series?
He's still been an amazing contributor, I think. Like you can't.
All right, but
act like he's not being.
The first game they made like 6 threes. The second game, Derek Jones Jr. didn't have a 3. I'm pretty sure.
Can I just finish what I was going to say? I think you can't especially on defense as well. Like they've been very good so far. Let's not act like they've struggled. Okay. This has been a very good Mavs effort so far. Even like Maxi Kleber coming back from injury and giving good minutes in Game 5 without Lively. I think we got to get them.
Hold on, I got to pause you one more. This is the last time I'll pause you. There's no way you're out here like mentioning Maxi Kleber in the big.
I'm just saying it's
he's not on the floor. If Derek Lively is there, he's not on the floor.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay. Like, and if you like I'm going through they played good. Like Daniel Gafford and Lively have been great. Lively's obviously hurt now, but they've been immense in the middle. The Minnesota coverage has been terrible. They're just the defense has been horrendous. I think them not being their coach on the floor or having the coaches on crutches is definitely screwing them over a little bit. Because seeing some of the defense, how they're guarding the pick and roll with Luka, it seems insane to me. It just seems like he's arguably one of the best pick and roll players we've ever seen because of his height and his passing ability and his scoring ability. He can get any shot he really wants. And it just seems like trying to play him in drop coverage with Rudy Gobert just seems ridiculous to me. It just seems like you're just killing yourself. It's. I did not expect that going into the series. I thought they would take a much more physical approach. I thought that they would be trying to pressure us really high up, just like they did with Denver. They're just not doing that. And then we look at Minnesota side offensively, like they've been ass. I mean, it's just not what we've expected. I mean, Cat isn't one of those inconsistent players I think in recent NBA history. Just the way he kind of yo-yos between this amazing like modern big man who can shoot the ball, get to the basket, score inside, play good defense as we saw in Game 7. Like he was playing good in the game of the Nuggets series. He was playing good defense. That was a great Towns game, and I kind of thought we'd continue to see that a little bit. We just haven't. It's just the fouls he commits is ridiculous. It's just like I didn't expect this out of him. And then Ant, he hasn't been the same guy, sadly. You know, he's still been pretty good. He still has his stretches. Like in Game 4, he had an amazing stretch where he kind of took over the game. He's still a great player, but he's definitely the best player in the series. Nobody should be arguing that. Nobody was arguing that, I don't think, prior to the series. Let's be real. And I think like it's just he has another level to get to as a player, and he's going to get to the level eventually. He just isn't ready now. I doubt that Minnesota comes back from this, but I do think we have a tiny little chance of winning Game 5 without Lively, assuming Lively's not going to play because it's concussion. But it's a disappointing loss in Minnesota, and I think you really have to reevaluate what you want from the future. We could probably talk about Minnesota moves later on in the pod because that'll be a fun topic. But it's a shame. It really is a shame because I think they were a very close team, and also like people hitting on Gobert. This shit isn't Gobert's fault, okay? Everyone knows Gobert's
I've been saying that. I think he put him in bad spots. Like, what is he supposed to do? Guard Luka Doncic 1-on-1?
Yes, like at the end of Game 2, the fact that they decide let's leave Rudy Gobert 30 feet on an island with Luka Doncic in a game-winning situation, up two. Bear in mind, so they could have lived with it too, and just being like, okay, whatever, we'll take you to OT. Which I think they could have maybe pulled it off in OT. It was a tight game. It just seems ridiculous because everyone in that arena knew Luka was about to fucking cook. Okay, everyone. I was at the fucking airport, and as soon as I saw the switch, I was like, oh, it's fucking over. Jaden McDaniels even knew. He was on the court. It just seems like you're setting yourself up for failure, and it's a really bad display from this team. That I think a lot of people were really like after they beat Denver, we're like, okay, this is the team to beat. This, especially in the West. Dallas were definitely the underdogs, even if you guys disagreed. I think based on reputation, based on what we've seen out of them in the playoffs and the teams they beat, it was very impressive. And I think it's a shame Denver didn't beat Minnesota because I think they really could have. It would have been a great series against the Mavs, and I think it was just a better matchup for both teams. It would be more fun, the series. But anything else? I'm trying to think what else I talked about.
Well, hold on. Cheyenne, I think this fella over here up top, he's overcomplicating this one a little bit. All right,
LeBron.
You look at the stats here. I was outscoring the Timberwolves by 21 points in the fourth quarter. I mean,
yeah, it is execution.
I think this is I don't think the series has been that far off the first 3 quarters of each game. It's just been the superstars stepping up.
They were up 16, right? There was one quarter, I can't remember which game it was, but they were up 16 at halftime or something.
I think it was Game 2.
Game 2, yeah. I mean, that game just kills you. Like, he just an out with the turnover as well at the end of the game. Like, you're right. I mean, I saw one stat and it was the Luka Kyrie points versus the Cat.
The whole
points.
team,
the massive differentials. And it's just like, at the end of the day, you win in the NBA based on your stars. And if your stars don't produce or they get outproduced by their rivals, like this just happens. No. As good as Nazari's been, as good as
did I not? Whoa! I literally said that last week, and you're like, nah, but Minnesota's team, man, their team.
Hey, I thought that they'd be able to. Okay, I thought that I still assume I thought that they would play them equally because I really believe the Cat would continue to produce. I thought he kind of made a mental switch, and then when your superstars are kind of matching each other, that's when the role players come into play. But when your star players don't show up, that's like you're fucked. Like you're not gonna win. Like that's what I mean. Like if Ant's shooting abysmal shooting percentages, tour dates even, like you're not going to win the game. Like, I mean, he had a good game on Game 4 and he was 11 for 25. Like that's been a good game in the series for him, and it's just a shame, and I wish we could have seen more with more of the Timberwolves team, and we should have seen a better Cat. But shout out to Matt Dallas though. I mean, fucking hell, like they've been great in the clutch. They've been great. I'm really impressed with them. Pleasantly surprised.
We gotta we gotta get our resident other Dallas fan in here, Cheyenne, up in here. Hey. So Cheyenne, you've been on the Dallas Mavericks for a little bit of time. Said they were gonna go to the finals earlier, and then took it back. But hey, we forget about that.
Hey, that was just my Homer Lakers
It was
pick.
a Homer Lakers
Everyone's
pick.
allowed
I respect.
a Homer
But hey,
Lakers pick, or a Homer
you
pick.
saw
I
the
saw the
vision.
vision. I saw the vision the whole time.
Hey, what have you seen at the end of games with Luka and Kyrie and that dynamic of how they've kind of played off each other, picked their moments? I felt like it's been really interesting because everyone said, oh, Kyrie's been taking over in the fourth quarter of this playoffs and this season. Last shot, Luka's the one to take it. I feel like at times Luka knows when he has to go be the guy and take over. So how do you think that dynamic is played out, especially late in games when it gets to the end of the third quarter going into the fourth quarter?
Yeah, that's something they figured out from the beginning of last season and from the middle of last season, ever since they started playing together. They just found out how to play like more together and off each other. Kyrie, throughout most of the playoffs, he's been more of like the fourth quarter demon, their fourth quarter go-to guy. But game one, it was really important that he got off to that hot start, and I think that really set the tone for him. And this time it was Luka who brought it home in the fourth quarter, especially the last two games. And game two also, Kyrie went crazy in the fourth quarter. He missed like a couple free throws, like 3 free throws in the fourth quarter that game. But he made up for it. He had a big three in the corner of that series, and then we all know what Luka did. You all know what Luka did.
One of the most,
yeah.
Come on,
but it really is disappointing how the Timberwolves stars have played because they got great contributions from their role players. Jaden McDaniels, the first game, he had like 25 points. Couldn't miss from three. Naz Reid, same thing, game two. He could not miss from three except when it mattered the most. But even if the stars for the Timberwolves contributed even like a little or like their average production, Minnesota probably wins both games. But
they do win those games.
Yeah,
it's a shame, I mean, yeah.
I have a question. In terms of
I don't think the Mavs role players have really been doing that well though.
Hey, bro, shut up.
No,
what do you mean?
I think maybe the wings haven't through the first three games. The wings didn't do as much. But I was gonna ask a question about the bigs. I know Gafford's had his impact, but especially Lively. You've seen
Lively's
not only make plays off the pick and roll when they're playing drop and go up and get lobs, but blitz. A guy like Luka and Kyrie, he's able to actually catch the ball and find an open play. Something that Gafford doesn't possess as well as him. What have you made about his contributions, and is it fair to say he's been the fourth best player in this series?
I think you could say he's the third best player of this series. Oh, I mean for the Mavs or in total?
No, in total, in the whole series.
Yeah. That's definitely
maybe Naz. Maybe you could say Naz Reid, but I feel like Lively's impact.
Gafford's impact. Lively's impact has been incredible, and it's crazy to say like he's a rookie. He's a rookie.
They let him
dominate.
They let him get him last year.
He brings so much energy. No, I'm talking.
Dominating is a stretch, okay? He's just dunking shit. Like he's not dominating. He's doing very good at his job. Let's give him.
If it's like that, bro, Dwight Powell should be dominating too.
No, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying he definitely deserves credit. But at the end of the day, like he hasn't dominated the series. Like his success is due to the Minnesota defense and Luka being insane in the pick and roll. Like he's not doing anything spectacular. He's just dunking and like fair play. Yeah, Dwight Powell's shit. Okay, let's not act like he's he's an NBA player.
It's impressive though.
Yeah, I'm saying it's great. Especially, it's definitely a pleasant surprise. But he's not being dominating. He's just being in the right position. Same with Gafford. It's just they're getting open dunks, open layups.
I mean,
you're getting open layups. Like he's just big and athletic.
But Lively and Gafford brought something the Mavs haven't had like throughout, like at the beginning of the year and all of last year.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, definitely. They've been impactful. But to say they're dominating is a big stretch. Like they've been
out playing the Minnesota bigs like greatly. And Casey even said they had the greatest like big man rotation of all time.
The thing is, I think it's fair to say they've been. I wouldn't say they're playing them.
Yes, Alex.
They're out playing Naz Reid.
They're out playing.
Oh my gosh, there's no chance you could say Karl Anthony Towns, who's been the worst player in the series.
Yeah, I agree.
Rudy Gobert, who's been a bottom 3 player in the series.
No, he hasn't. Okay, that's not true. Gobert's just being in a shitty situation. He's not been a bottom 3 player in this series. If he was, he wouldn't be playing anymore. He is great in what he does. He's been great, like he does what he can do. Okay, he's just in a bad situation.
He does what he could do, bro. That's
The
not
Mavs
something you
centers-
say with like the defensive player of the year.
and I
You
will
don't say
say- I
he
will
does
say
what he
this.
It's
can
just
do.
he's a system defender. We all know this.
How many
Like,
times
it's
have we?
not an argument.
But how many times have we seen a play where maybe Lively isn't involved in the pick and roll, and there's a loose
No, he
rebound?
is. He is involved.
I'm
When is he
saying
not involved in the pick and roll?
it's not a pick and roll
Dude.
where he's directly involved. I'm just saying it's a shot or something from a guy on the wing, right? He's a guy that can tip it out, create an extra possession. I've seen that countless times throughout the series. Him and Gafford create extra possessions because the Wolves can't grab a rebound. That's
And
impacted
defensively, he's been
not just
amazing.
dunking the ball. They've impacted the game way more than just dunking the ball.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the
Yeah,
blitzes,
sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're dominating the list. Like, let's take a step back here. Okay, Luka's dominating. Kyrie's dominating. And
The
to the
Mavs
stretches
are
where he's
dominating.
Yeah, not them. They're just beneficiaries of other people's dominance. Like, I feel like we have to be careful. Yeah. Right?
Take a step back.
All right, they're playing really well. They're not dominating. My fault, bro.
Yeah, they're playing. They're very limited players, but they're just they're built in the system to succeed. It's the same. It's like they made the right decision to like get these players because they really do fit the Luka style. It's amazing they didn't do this before. Like, it seems very obvious on paper. When you have an elite pick and roll guy, you want to get as many vertical athletic bigs as you can. You saw it with Harden. You saw it with Steve Nash. I mean, name any point guard. I mean, even fucking Trae Young.
I was literally about to say Trae.
Yeah, like I hate Trae Young for numerous reasons, but hey, Clint Capella, like he's given him some more money, man. Like, give him some credit. He's got that career longevity going for him. But also I want to say Luka's defense has been pretty good this series. I've been very impressed with him. He's kind of like prime Steph, where he's not the most mobile defender. You don't put him on the best guys, but he's just in the right places and he gets deflections, he gets steals. He conserves his energy very well, where he's not overexerting himself. He's making sure he still has energy to be great offensively.
Everyone saw that play where he got switched on to Gobert and he just tapped that out and then just stared at him.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's Gobert in the post. I don't know why they even going to Gobert in the post. I mean, that's kind of shows a lot about the coaching on this team, where we all know Gobert isn't an offensive guy. He's just stand under the basket.
You can't just switch up on the coaching though. This is the same team that beat Denver. Like, they had the same coach. Like, Chris Finch hasn't been there like the whole time.
Yeah, but the strategizing was wrong. Like, you can't just because the coaches won good series doesn't mean that they're immune from criticism in the next series. Like, he's done a really bad job with the coaching. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm saying this series he's been atrocious coaching. He's been outcoached by Jason Kidd, which is insane because Jason Kidd, the same guy that people were trying to get fired after last year, where they didn't make it a fucking play.
But I mean, like, Jason Kidd has done a tremendous job this season. If you were to give a coach of the year from the All,
I think he's done a great job in the playoffs. I'll give him credit. But I think at the end of
the day,
like,
from when they got Gafford and
the team was just better. The team was just better, and their team was better. It was a better fit with their players. Okay,
but I mean,
you have a bad coach. You don't get that much better.
But not really, because Lively's always going to run and jump.
They're about to go to the finals, bro. You don't do that. With
they're doing it. Yes, playoffs. He's done a good job. As you see in the series, he's outcoached in this series. There's not going to be couch all Degenol in the OKC series. I mean, Clippers series. I wouldn't really count that as outcoaching just because the Clippers were very weak. Like so many injuries and stuff like that. But still, I mean, they handled the business. He's done a great job in the playoffs. Regular season, he did fine. He wasn't in the league. He didn't prove he was at that coaching level yet that we've seen from like a Mike Malone, or I'm not saying he's on the level.
Now we're
like,
gassing up Mike Malone, dude. I mean,
what? He won a ring last year. Okay, come on. Okay, no, shut up.
Gassing up Mike Malone.
You telling me Jason Kidd's a better coach than Mike Malone?
No, but I'm saying Jason Kidd has done. You act like Jason Kidd has done nothing. They've gone from.
He has. Up to this point, he has not done much in his career.
Adam, you're tweaking.
Hey, did they not?
Let's be real. Okay, what's he done?
Defensive team. They went from one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA last season to now they're literally like top. If you look at the metrics,
they have better players because they have a better team around Luka. They have better players on defense.
They got Kyrie
this is a Nico Harrison
They got Luka to play defense. How is that not a good coaching job?
I think it's more the individual player development. I mean, there's a limit to how much a coach can do, in my opinion. You put the roster is so much different from last year, right? That you can't put this solely down to coaching. This isn't like the Nuggets.
Of course, it's not
last year where they make this big jump and
it's not solely
with the same personnel. Like at the end of the day, it's mostly because they've just bought in better players who fit the Luka style, who can compensate. A lot better wings. I mean, Dante Exum's an amazing signing.
Also, the year before, bro, they made it to the conference finals, and they were also top defense.
To be fair, I mean, who were they even playing in that fucking playoff series? Like, that was one of those fluky series. Remember, like
they beat the Suns.
Yeah, Phoenix. Yeah, they won. Come on,
they went to the finals the year before. What do you mean?
Sorry. Yeah.
You-
Yeah.
you can-
But
They beat
that
them.
was come on. About they were
What do you? They went to the
they won by
finals
42 in a
year
game
before.
7. Like the
Exactly.
It
That
was
says a lot about Luka
I
and
would-
the Mavs.
yeah, Luka, yeah, and the Mavs, not Jason Kidd. I don't think that's a Jason Kidd argument. I
Bro.
think that's a Luka argument.
Hey,
You
all
really
I'm
think you
saying
really
is
think it's so fluky? Like he's not that
Yes,
good of a coach.
it was
He can't
such a-
make it to. He can't
Winning
make.
it-
He made it to the conference finals.
No, I'm not saying
2 out of 3 years, bro.
No. Kidd didn't. Luka did.
Yes, he
There's a big
did.
difference
Kid
here.
and the
No, because
Mavs.
Luka didn't make it because of Kidd. Kidd made it because of Luka. Like let's not get it. Like, okay, think about the Heat, right? Did the Heat make it to the finals because of Jimmy Butler or because Eric Spoelstra is an insanely good coach? A little bit of both,
Both.
right?
Eric,
Yes,
Eric
little bit of
Spoelstra
both.
was the best coach in the NBA.
Exactly. So that's not Jason Kidd. This is all down to Jason Kidd. No, he's still an average coach with a great system. And at the end of the day, he was a point guard in his playing days. And now he's coaching an elite point guard, one of the best in the league. Arguably, could be one of the best in league history when it's all done. So, like, of course, his skill set fits what they need, but he's not an elite coach. Like before this, what had he done? I mean, he was shit he wasn't that great in Milwaukee. Came to Dallas. People have been looking for his head since he pretty much got there.
You know what he did do though?
He had the
Hey,
little
2
timeout thing.
conference finals in
He
2
said-
years.
I wasn't even gonna go to Dallas. I think we've exhausted that. He doesn't believe in what he's done in Dallas so far. I was gonna say
I think he's done a great job
sitting-
in the postseason. I just feel like you can't give him credit for the whole turnaround. That's the front office thing.
you know what he has done though? Sat on that bench for that 2019-2020 Lakers championship because you know why? Because he was supposed to be the guy to take over for the Lakers and they blew it. They kept Frank Vogel because he won the championship.
Yes, Frank Vogel should have
And then
stayed.
they fired him. And then they fired him the year after.
Frank Vogel should still be the Lakers coach. It was a ridiculous fire. It was such a stupid fire.
Then they
It didn't
should
make
have
any
kept
sense.
Frank. They moved
Yes.
off of Frank and they let
Yes,
go.
they were wrong. It's average
They
Lakers,
did.
bro. This is
They
the
blew
Lakers.
their
This is
whole
what they do.
plan. The
Bro,
whole
sorry,
plan was
all
to-
right. We're not talking about the Lakers right now, bro. I'm a Lakers fan. I don't want to talk about them, bro. We're talking about the Mavericks. We're giving them their flowers right now, bro.
Oh, come
And
on, Flower. Okay, never mind.
bro,
All right, Chris is off the Mavericks.
All
We're
right.
off the Mavericks.
but yeah, the
Let's go
thing
Timberwolves.
that
Let's
I
go
was really
Timberwolves
encouraged
offseason.
about after the
Timberwolves
real quick,
offseason.
real
We got to
quick.
get to the other
I was
series
really encouraged
first.
by the
Now
Mavs.
let's do the West first, real quick. Let's just
Yeah,
talk about
we
the
can roll
Timberwolves,
out
like give them an
this.
Come on,
outline.
you
then we
said
can
they
go to
still
the
have
East.
a chance. You said they're still in this series.
I said, yeah,
Wolves in 7.
that. Okay, they're not gonna win. I don't
You
think
said
they're gonna win
Wolves
three
in
games.
7.
No,
Alright.
I'm joking.
Man.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna happen. If it does happen, I'll do anything you guys want.
Anything?
Yeah, anything. Yeah,
Anything.
give permission, Shawwell. Go to work.
Anything. I'm gonna
But,
cook something up.
But yeah, let's go to the Minnesota offseason. I mean, I've been thinking about potential guys they could just move Cat for because I think this team, they have amazing bigs. They don't need Cat, and they have such an insane salary bill, especially with Ant getting his extension pretty soon. Jaden McDaniel, he's got to be due for an extension pretty soon, right? Or just his kicking in or something. I forget what his extension is. They give Gobert a max. Yeah, he signed a 5-year max, pretty much 5-year 136 last year. So they're gonna have I think it's 75 over the cap or something. Yeah. So like, it's a situation where I think you need to move somebody, especially if you don't win this year. And I think Cat is the obvious guy because his skill set. We've proven he's very inconsistent in the playoffs. So who would you guys like to see them kind of trade for, or what kind of player would you like to see them fit around this young team? I like to see him with Bridges. It's an obvious one, but that'd be an amazing fit, I think.
Who'd you say?
Mikal Bridges. I mean, the only thing would be the offense, but like, I would love to see that just for the defense and just putting, or maybe even okay. I have two. Actually, I have one more. I like to give you I'll give you guys. See what you guys prefer. It'd either be a Brandon Ingram trade.
Oh, I'd like that. I like that a lot.
I think you put Cat pretty much almost like a straight switch, pretty much. You're putting Zion next to a stretch big and Towns. You're kind of lifting them a little bit higher, trying to give them a different look. You can get more minutes for Trey Murphy and Herb Jones and all that stuff. Maybe move Valanciunas to a third team or something. Or then, as I said, Mikal Bridges, which would be, or even Lauri Markkanen would be a shout too. But he might be a lot of assets. I don't know if Minnesota have the assets to do that. But,
it's just a white cat, basically.
Yeah, but I'd say he's more consistent, I'd say, and he's better off the ball too. Like Cat kind of hijacks things. I think Lauri knows his plays a little bit more.
Cat just plays so dumb sometimes. Like,
yes, he's dumb, and Lauri's like a smarter player. Even though we haven't seen him on a lot of winning teams, like I think he's the kind of player he fits into a good system. Kind of like a better Michael Porter Jr. None of them swing the rock, but they're great scorers. They're great guys you can really get buckets from, and I think he's a more consistent scorer, as we've seen with his last couple years in Utah. So yeah, those are three wings. I think the wings is the way to go because I think Conley's shown that he probably has at least one more year in him as a point guard. and you can maybe try and move to Nickeil Alexander-Walker or something at the 1, and then
See,
afterwards you
I
add.
disagree. I think they need someone else to.
What, the Sigma?
No, but like I think they need someone else that has the ability to create offense and play make. I think
fair.
it's too much.
I think Brandon
Too much to
Ingram does
ask
that.
of Ant at times. I mean, if you want
Yeah.
to go get a win like Ingram, he can definitely initiate offense. But I think at times it can feel like the game where Mike Conley was injured, they had nothing. I mean, it was Ant
Yeah.
has the ball every time, and he's just trying to force things through double teams. No one else can really set anything up. I think they need someone else. It doesn't have to be a point guard if you want to keep Conley and keep running him at the point, but they need someone else that can initiate offense. So I don't know if you can really go, move Towns for another power.
Well, what if the Timberwolves got Trae Young?
Trae Young. Hey, how about they get D'Angelo
No
Russell
way.
back?
No
Hey,
way.
let's throw him D'Angelo Russell back. We'll take Carl Anthony.
No. Yeah, they have to give up Lakers have to give 2 or 3
I don't
firsts.
want Carl
That to happen
Anthony
again.
Towns.
Bro, send back Vanderbilt while you're at it.
Nah, we get off that one though.
Tony
No, but
Prince.
listen. I think Minnesota doesn't have to be hasty here. I think that they're in a fine spot. They're not they're not as young as a team like OKC, but their core is still young.
For sure, yeah.
They're a team that you don't want to mess up because you're just going chasing superstars. So I think going for the right guy that can be a playmaker next to Ant is probably their best option here. Who that is, I don't know if you want to try and get old here and go for a veteran superstar, but I don't think they have to rush anything here. I think they're set up well for the future. And Towns, I do agree with, probably has to go. But, I mean, they have this team gels well together. I mean, they have a good relationship, it seems like, off the court. They all love each other. Seems like they have good team chemistry, pretty good aura, if you ask me. Maybe not okay.
Yeah, the tomfoolery isn't there. But what I will say is that we've seen Cat for 9 years now on this team. I think we all know what he is at this point. I don't think he's really going to make that jump. Not to the guy we saw in Game 7. He's not going to be the guy consistently anymore. It's just a shame because he is a very special player. He's very unique. He's going to go down as one of probably the what ifs of NBA history. Of if this guy could have just figured it all out mentally and just been less of an idiot, what could he have been?
Yeah.
And hopefully he works it out because at the end of the day, I don't necessarily like watching him play, but he is a good guy. Obviously, it's sad everything happened to his family, and I mean his girl's a baddie, so we can't complain about that. But what are the But I feel like at this point you know what he is, and I think cashing him under now is probably the way to do it, just because he's shown he can contribute in the playoffs, even if it's not every night. If you get him as a third option or something, I think it's better for everybody, and maybe even New Orleans will be happy. He can be with Zion and have fun and stuff. Yeah, I think it'd be a good fit, and I think the Brandon coach would be a great fit all around. But I think a wing is definitely, again, wing is probably the closest thing you need because I think you do need a little bit of that playmaker, shot creator type to compensate for Edwards a little bit. But yeah, I think that would be a cool trade. Also, maybe we got some fun here just with a little tangent, a little Lakers tangent. Remember, I sent you guys a trade of a Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen trade to the Lakers.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't look at it.
Okay, well you're an op.
I saw it. Dude,
yeah,
we're gonna go down
a
a crazy rabbit hole here, bro.
I just want to quickly do this for the audience.
Right,
okay,
quickly.
This is my surprise. It's pretty far back. Okay, got it. Okay.
It's a very large trade.
It's 4-teamer trade. One of the teams is kind of there just to make things work with picks. So the Cavaliers are going to receive Mikal Bridges, Dorian Finney-Smith, Austin Reeves, and a 2028 Lakers first. Lakers are going to receive Donovan Mitchell, Jarrett Allen, and a 2027 first-round pick, lottery protected from Atlanta via the Spurs. Or via the Spurs from Atlanta. So it's Atlanta's pick that went to the Spurs in the DeJounte trade, now back to the Lakers. Nets get D'Lo, Rui Hachimura, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and the Lakers first in 2026 and 2030. And the Spurs get Craig Porter Jr., Cavaliers legend. So yeah, that's the trade. I guess I'm going to go through for each team why I think it would be cool.
Well, what the Spurs give up?
Well, personally,
I'd lottery pick the first round pick, which I think is all valuable.
Craig Porter.
low-key, because he's a good backup, and I think they need like a legitimate backup point guard who can just get the ball to fucking Wemby. Like, I like him. I think he's a good player. He can grow in the right situation. The Spurs who need some good guards, in my opinion. Better than Devontae Graham or something. So yeah, guys, what do you think about that trade?
Well, from the Lakers fans' perspective, I feel like it's pretty fair what we're giving up, but I don't.
Shut up.
I don't. I
No
don't.
way. This is
I
Did
don't
we
amazing
give up
trade for
3
you guys.
first-round picks or how many?
We
Three
give up
first-round picks plus D'Lo, Rui, Jalen Shafino, and
You
Austin
said
Reeves.
And
Reeves,
Austin
right?
Reeves.
I mean,
Reeves,
what else
yeah.
do we have to give up? That's our whole
Exactly.
stock.
It's still but you're getting 2 All-Stars. Like,
No, but I hate the
Bro,
fit
but
of
the lights are
on
too
that
bright for
KD.
Jared Allen.
I
bro.
think
don't
it's.
I
know.
think
I
the
think
Jared
it's
Allen fit-
horrible.
that's fair, but I do think that you can maybe argue because you said the whole season you guys are best when you had a big physical big next to AD, right? In the 2020 bubble, that was your guys' speciality. I don't think this would work necessarily, but I do think it's an interesting hypothetical. To
Yeah,
see
it's
if we can
interesting.
get
It
80.
ain't gonna win any games, bro. It ain't gonna get.
I mean,
interesting.
you're not going to win any games regardless.
We have
Okay,
no
let's be
bench.
realistic here. Yeah, you're no bench anyway. Like,
At least we
let's
got
be
some
real here.
bodies, bro.
No, you don't. Okay, like I think this would be an interesting trade. I also think maybe you could even change this trade so it's like an AD trade. Would you like it if you maybe
What?
sent AD out to a different team and then you got back Mitchell and Allen and you kind of retool around LeBron like that, while keeping maybe you keep Rui, maybe you probably move Austin Reeves, but you keep a couple of your third firsts. Maybe you try and work it out something else. What do you guys think about that?
If we're
Well, I
trading
don't think.
AD,
I
bro,
don't
I
think
expect,
AD
I
is
expect to
buying
get in
into.
some first.
There's even no
I
trade.
don't think. Well,
I don't
I
think
mean,
that's no.
I
Doesn't
don't
matter.
think
I mean,
I don't think the Lakers are shipping him to Cleveland. Let's be honest.
No, yeah,
I mean,
'cause
why?
then
I mean, it's
we'd
their
also
choice,
we'd
right?
basically be the
I mean, come
current
on, bro.
Cavs with like LeBron,
Come on, bro.
kind of.
Hey,
I mean,
if
no,
you,
it'd be-
if you
it
do
would be-
the
I
if
mean,
you do the 3-team trade, I think you look at Chicago because they have some more pieces that I think the Lakers have been intrigued in.
like Caruso.
I mean, they've been
You guys
involved.
just kept Caruso,
They've
man.
been
I mean,
involved with Caruso, Levine, and DeRozan these past like 3-4 years. They've been involved in talks, whether it's rumors or
Please
whatever.
not the Rose.
I don't love the DeRozan fit, to be honest. But I mean, I think Vucevic he's on 20 million years. I don't think that's a good contract for the
No.
Lakers. Like, they just can't
Horrible
afford that.
contract.
But I mean, yeah, Levine. I don't think it really pushes you guys over the edge because he's such a defense liability. I mean, you're gonna have Levine and LeBron on the court at the same time. I
Oh
just
my
don't think
gosh,
that's
dude! Levine and LeBron is not going to kill the Lakers, bro. That's not.
no
gonna,
defensively. It is no defensively.
No, it's
I say
not. No, it's not.
40% of your defense is gonna be Zach Levine and 40-year-old LeBron James.
is not the worst defender in the league. He's
I'm not saying he is.
average.
I'm just saying regular season, especially, like you guys are gonna struggle on that
Who
end.
cares about the regular season, dude? Just get us to the
You gotta make the
playoffs.
playoffs. You gotta make the playoffs, okay?
We will make the
this year.
playoffs. We
Who's
make
on
the
this year?
We
Going
did
into the
make the
seventh seed.
playoffs. We made the 7th seed. What?
Congratulations! You lost in the first. Okay. See, we're arguing for losing in the first round. You're like, yes, we
I
get the
told you,
7th
bro.
seed.
If we would have lost the play-in game, we would have went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, so let's lose the play-in game.
The truth. We were
No, bro. No,
You
bro.
think you'd be in Dallas? Are you fucking serious, Adam?
No, bro.
Adam,
We
come
beat
on,
him.
you can't-
We beat
you
I'm
can't
sorry,
be this high
but-
on Dallas and be like, oh, the Lakers are beating them easily. Like, shut the fuck up, okay? I don't
No,
know.
Well, I never
bro.
said
minute,
they're
okay?
beating them easily.
just
I
said-
said they
you
beat OKC easily. That's a fact.
You just said
Been
they'd make
proven.
the conference finals. You just said they'd beat the conference finals.
Yeah, I say they beat.
So
Dallas.
they would have beaten Dallas. There's no way you think this Lakers
Hey,
would have
you
beaten
can't
this
convince
Dallas
me
team.
there's a team in the league that's beating the Lakers other than the Denver Nuggets, and that's a fact, bro. I'm telling you, the Denver Nuggets could
Bro.
be. Lakers could be a
Okay,
1 seed.
Cheyenne, cuff my
No,
man
bro.
up, bro.
Adam, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, bro. Like,
No, bro. You're too biased, bro.
get off, bro. Like,
Oh,
shut
man.
up.
You're not
What are you
beating the
talking about?
Mavericks, bro.
There's no way you genuinely believe that this Lakers team this season can be the current Dallas Mavericks team we're seeing right now in the postseason.
No, bro.
There's
Sorry.
no way in hell, especially because you've been so high on them as well. Like, you can't tell me like what the aura of LeBron is going to carry
No,
them.
bro. I've
Lucas
been
Moura
I've
at
been
this
on the
point.
I'm
Mavs
telling
hype
you,
train this whole
I'm telling you,
playoffs, bro.
I'm telling you, Kyrie's
I
going to
told
see
you.
this, bro, and it ain't going to be the same feel and the same confidence he has right now, bro. He going to see it.
Hop
Little
off, little bro,
intimidated.
bro.
Dude, he's
Hop
been
off.
hurt the whole year.
What?
Get his
Vando, he's been hurt. Is
Get
the
the meat off your
hypothetical that
mind.
he's
Yeah,
healthy?
exactly.
No,
he was
not
playing this healthy.
Vando. LeBron,
Van-
bro. What are you talking about?
You said LeBron. Oh, you said LeBron. I mean,
Okay, anyway,
LeBron
LeBron's
is
not
big
stopping
bro.
Kyrie. What?
No,
yeah, who's
LeBron
guarding, yeah,
is
what?
big bro.
Who's guarding Kyrie and Luka in this series? It's
No one,
hypothetical
bro.
series. Who is guarding them?
Well, I hate to tell you this, the Lakers
What's he
couldn't.
doing?
The Lakers couldn't guard anyone this season. That's not the
Yeah,
problem.
why would they beat them? Why would they beat Dallas if they can't guard anybody?
Wait, because the Lakers
They're
are
worse offensively, defensively, and their stars are like older and more fragile. Okay, like bro, shut up. I mean, you gotta hop off one time in your life and admit the Lakers are not as good as you think they are.
I mean, hey, but let's be honest.
Please, Adam.
So you're telling me like, oh yeah, Gafford and Lively, they get played off the court against OKC. They get played off the court.
I thought they would, and they didn't. Fair play to them.
But now Davis on the court, you're like, no, I think they can hang with AD. I didn't say that. I just know
Luka and Kyrie. Who's guarding them on the Lakers?
No one
guarded the whole season.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. They'll just outscore.
Yes, you're gonna lose. Look, we saw in the playoffs. Your bench isn't good enough. Your shooters aren't good enough. Or consistent enough. LeBron isn't at the stage where he can carry a team like he did in 2018. AD is consistent enough offensively. Okay, like there's so many flaws.
In the playoffs,
here's why.
He was good, but you think he can do it.
Here's why I will agree with you. Dallas would have beat him. You know why? Because the Lakers were about the worst fourth quarter team I've ever seen. Like
exactly, we saw this against Denver.
All right, I'll give you Dallas. I'll give you Dallas, Minnesota, the Nuggets. There you go. There's your.
Yes. Oh my. Okay.
You're not getting OKC. You're not getting
OKC. Fine, whatever. I'll take it. I'll leave with that.
All right, let's go to the other series. Let's go to the other series with the most Mickey Mouse, fraudulent injury.
No, that is not true. That is not true.
I've ever seen in my life. Cheyenne,
if you're a once-seed, you get to have this.
Alex, is this?
You don't get to have every team you face be injured.
It's not their fault, okay? If you're once-seed, you get
it's not their fault. I'm not saying it's.
Hey, let me ask the question. Cheyenne, is this the easiest path to the finals that we've ever seen?
It's not. It's not.
For the Boston Celtics.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
LeBron's run in 2018 was way easier. He's had a shitty team, so it was hard. If we're talking about the actual teams that they played in like NBA, there's so many examples of weak conferences. Bro, okay, this is just a weak conference.
Every team Boston has played, the opponent's best player has been injured.
Okay, let's go to 2018. Let's go to 2018.
All right, go to 2018.
Celtics, Kyrie was hurt. Gordon Hayward is hurt. They almost lost in 7 to fucking rookie Jason Tatum. That's how bad that team was. That they almost lost.
All right.
Okay, first round.
Boston
Pacers.
beat the injured Tyrese Halliburton.
Bojan Bogdanovic and Victor Oladipo in the first round went to 7 games. They swept DeRozan and Lowry. Good combo. Lowry was never a star. He was always just a solid team that needs to make big changes to win the next year. They never were going to beat that team. And also, it was just a bad matchup. And DeRozan was not a
Raptors
superstar.
Team is better than every team the Celtics have played this year.
What? No.
What do you mean no? They were consistently a 1 seed.
Raptors team was shit. Yes, they were a shit 1 seed.
No way. You're telling me that team is worse.
The Cavs, no Donovan Mitchell, no Jared
Allen. Let's go through that team. Let's go through that team.
Heat, no Jimmy Butler. Their best player is looking like Caleb Martin or like Bam Adebayo,
because you're a 1 seed. You get to play the shitty teams. You're a 1 seed in a weak conference. That's a benefit.
But
that's you guys are stupid Lakers fans. You think that every team should play the fucking Denver in the first round. No,
we're not saying that. It's just that every team they played has been injured. You don't get that normally because you're the 1 seed. Not every team you face is.
I mean,
name one time in history every single team you played, their best player has been injured. Name one time. Name it, little bro. Name it, little bro.
No. I didn't research this, but
sit down.
Literally that fucking. But the thing is, these teams didn't even have stars to begin with.
Name one.
Donovan Mitchell isn't a star.
Those Pacers teams, Raptors didn't have a star to get hurt in the first place. Let's not forget about this. That's how bad the run was. And then Celtics, their whole team was hurt, and they still went to 7.
But the Raptors had 2 All-Stars, bro.
Fucking ass All-Stars in a really weak conference. Andre Drummond was a fucking All-NBA guy.
So 2 All-Stars to
It was a weak
All-Stars.
league and a weak conference. Okay? Let's not act like this. LeBron was easy as fuck. His teammates were terrible.
We're not talking about LeBron.
But it's a comparison. That was an example of a super easy run in a super easy conference.
This is easier, though. This is easier.
I wouldn't say it was because they were dealing with their own
injuries.
How was
it not? Name one team.
Porzingis was hurt. Their almost all-star big man was hurt, and they still dominated.
So you just called 2 All-Stars trash, but then you call an almost All-Star a star.
Because the league's better now. If he was doing this back in 2018, which I think he almost.
You can't change the quality of the league. That's not how.
It was different. It was different. Comparatively, it was a weaker teams he had to play. He played weaker teams. Exactly, the league is better now, so he's playing better teams.
So let me get this straight.
The Celtics are playing better teams than they did in 2018.
It doesn't matter if you're playing better teams if everyone's best player is hurt. If everyone's best player is hurt, you're not playing a better team.
Pacers still Siakam. Hey, Cleveland still had Mitchell was the whole fucking series. Mitchell was there almost the whole series. You just missed.
Darius Garland was horrible this playoffs, and you're
Yeah, because of the Celtics
And the Heat, they haven't had anyone, bro.
Yeah,
Bam and Tyler Hero.
That happens. It happens.
Not
these things
not 3 straight.
Okay, it happens, and it happens to be that they have the easiest run that we've seen in the past 20 years.
No, they're just so much better than everyone else. They would have done this regardless of injuries.
Okay, I don't care. I don't care if they would have done it. I'm just saying the path that they've been given has been the easiest.
No, they weren't given the path. They earned the path by being the 1 seed.
They didn't earn everyone getting.
They
injured.
did.
Alex,
They earned.
How do you earn
that?
that?
Guess what? If they would have played Milwaukee the first round, they
no,
would have
the Pacers were beating them regardless.
Huh?
Pacers were going to beat them regardless. It was like Pacers were the better team.
All right.
That's what everyone.
They're not beating the
easy on it, but you know.
What? No, maybe. We don't know.
You cannot say that for a fact.
The Knicks' whole team was hurt.
Why are you saying the Knicks were better than the fucking Pacers? We don't know this. Nobody knows this. All we know is what's in front of us, which is.
So you're telling me. You're telling me.
Julius Randle, Bogdanovich, Josh Hart, OG. They all were hurt.
They all played. A bunch of them played. And
no, not all of them. Mitchell Robinson didn't play.
Bogdanovich. He was in like 10 minutes a game.
He didn't play though.
OG
when everyone was getting hurt, OG got hurt every game too, and he had 30 that game.
Celtics with Porzingis as well. Celtics with Porzingis watches them. Okay, this isn't a stupid. It's such a stupid argument looking at the injuries. Okay, all we can do is
not understanding it. It doesn't matter what the Celtics would have done if they were healthy. That doesn't take away from the fact that it's still an easy path.
So what? So they should get punished for this? So they should be discounted?
We're not saying they're getting punished.
76 and 20 in the
We're not saying they should get punished. We're just saying we think this is the easiest run, the easiest path anyone's been given.
Is it? I mean, I don't think it is. I think it's been a lot of easier runs in NBA history.
Name one.
You look at the Western Conference in the 60s. Like, there's so many examples of just weak conferences.
60s, bro.
It's just an example off my head, okay? It's just so many examples of weak conferences, weak times.
I can't one in the modern
NBA. In the 60s and 70s. If you find a season there, you got me. But like in the past, like 30, 40 years, there's not been an easier run. There's no season where.
Why does it matter? I mean,
maybe besides 2020, that was a fluke season too. But hey, besides 2021. There's been no season where like every superstar in the conference has gotten injured. Literally, the teams they didn't even play, Jalen Brunson got injured. Embiid got injured. You had Giannis get injured.
Embiid was playing. I mean, like, let's not be stupid here. Like, it doesn't matter who's got hurt.
Celtics didn't play them.
They were all injured.
It doesn't matter who was hurt. None of this matters. They made
the finals.
That's what makes an easy run.
Then why are we talking about? Why does it matter if they got an easy run? They didn't. I don't think they did. I still think they have to play competitive, streaky teams that can really kill you in the playoffs. We saw the Pacers.
Andrew Nemhard-led Pacers is gonna kill you.
Hey,
he played great. I mean, I don't think we can. Like, let's be real here. Like,
did the Pacers belong in the Eastern Conference Finals? So the Celtics got to play a team. The Celtics got to play a team that didn't deserve to be in the Eastern Conference Finals.
The Pacers basically had the easiest path to the conference finals too.
No, they
exactly. They played a team with a fluke run, and then their superstar got injured. It's like
it wasn't a fluke run. They earned it. They played well. They beat the Knicks in a game 7 by 20 in the Garden. Like, let's give them some credit here. Like, they are a good team with gritty players who know how to win with an elite offensive system. Which, like, in the playoffs,
Alex, are they there?
What about defensively?
Are they there?
Yeah, they
don't have anything defensively.
If you could reset the playoffs right now, everyone's healthy, no injuries. Are they there in the Eastern Conference Finals?
We don't know. There's no point having that stupid hypothetical.
No, but would you even pick them in the first round?
Yes, I did.
With
I did
Giannis
pick them to go out the first round. Yes.
And you would take them over the Knicks also.
We don't know, but like we don't know, do we?
You're just saying we do.
Come on,
maybe. Does it really matter though?
Give them to 7
I think they have a very good chance, especially seeing what we know now about how well they played. I'd be inclined to take them because they played great this series. This whole season, season, they've been great. Like you guys are bullshitting. Like anyway,
some series, bro, you could tell when someone gets hurt. You know, like the other team's gonna win now that someone gets hurt.
That's not true. That's not true in basketball. I mean, it's very rare.
In 2021, when the Nets were up 2-0 on the Bucks and Kyrie got hurt, the Bucks won, right? Do they still win with Kyrie there?
We don't know, do we? We don't know.
I feel like you most likely know, though. You can make an educated guess.
That's not a real thing. That's just a guess, which is based on our biases and what we think is gonna happen rather than any like
just off what you've seen in the games where they did play.
Just because the team wins the first 2 games, doesn't mean that they're going to win the rest. Look at fucking Milwaukee, Toronto in 2019. Milwaukee wins the first 2, and then Toronto wins the next 4. It's irrelevant. You can't. Teams make adjustments. Things change. I mean, what if Harden gets? What if some different player gets hurt? Like, what if other things happen? There's so many variables that we just aren't accounting for. You can't go back in time and look at these stupid hypotheticals. At the end of the day, Boston made the finals. They've been the best team in the league all year. They deserve to make the finals. They're going to make the finals regardless of the run that they had. Good for them getting an easy run. They're going to have time to rest. Porzingis will be back for the finals most likely. I think they're going to win the finals. I think they're the best team out there by quite a bit. I think they have the best group of players. I just think, the only question with them is their depth. But I think they go a good 7 deep right now. And then I think if Brissett or Hauser can give them minutes, then they're good. They're fine. It just depends if either of those guys can show up and make shots. I trust Pritchard off the bench. I trust Horford off the bench. He's been playing great recently.
Payne Pritchard.
Yeah, my guy. But,
you really trust him off the bench?
Yes, they've been good. I
don't know, bro. He might get kicked in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Kicked in the face. That's injury, right? Come on.
All right, that doesn't count, bro. Shut up, bro. Shut up.
Look at Lively. But
all right, bro. Lively's actually good though. That's the difference. Yeah, you speechless now, little boy.
Fuck off! I'm gonna beat your ass.
Sit down, little boy.
Wasn't bro? Never mind. I'll save it for off camera.
All right. Well, we'll talk about Mavs, Celtics, assuming the Mavs move on next episode. But we got to get to some more news about the draft coming up. Bronny James, a lot of buzz around him.
Can we not do the drama Bronny thing, please, bro? That shit's being beat to death.
What else do you want to talk about, dude?
The depth. Okay.
Is it
Lakers hiring JJ Redick? It's been rumored that Lakers are going to hire JJ Redick. Lakers fans, what do we think?
No one knows what's going on with JJ Redick. Hold on.
What do you mean? We saw something today. It's
he's going to bring it up. I was going to finish with JJ Redick. This is a lead in. You gotta let me set this up here.
Why do you not? Okay, fine. We'll do draft first. I'll just talk about the draft for 2 minutes.
What's there to talk about, bro?
Nothing. There's nothing. It's not
that
bad.
Talk about. You just said
okay, I'll give a couple. I guess I'll give a little bit of a draft. I'm doing a little bit of something for the draft. Yeah, it's not great in terms of upside potential, but there are a ton of role players that I think the contending teams should be trying to get low picks in this draft, late first rounders, see if they can get something for cheap, because I think they could really fill out their bench. Teams like Denver, teams like Minnesota could really need could use picks. Alex Sarr is tough. I hope he goes to the Hawks, because then you can will him Capella, and then hopefully trade Trae Young, and maybe even kick him out of the league. That'd be perfect.
Kick him out the league?
Send his ass to
What
Greece.
did this man do to you, bro?
Send his ass to play with Kendrick Nunn.
What did this man do
they deserve
to
each
you,
other.
bro?
They
Kick him out the
deserve
league?
each other.
What did he do to you?
I'm playing,
what did
but
he do to you?
I don't want to watch him play basketball again. But I'd like to see. But yeah, I'd like to see Sarr in there. Maybe put next to Congo in the front court. Maybe I think that'd be a pretty good front court. Jalen Johnson at the 3. We'll see. I would like to. Who else? The Wizards should be taking highest upside guy possible. Again, we'll do more on this when the draft comes around. We can probably do an in-person episode for that. We can look-y live stream the draft. Can we do that?
That's coming up soon.
Comment if you want to live stream the draft. I'll do it.
When is the draft?
From Cheyenne's.
Usually, it's a Thursday in mid-June. Let me just try and I don't know what day it is. I think it's gonna be the 25th. Let me just check. I think it's gonna be the 25th or the 18th.
I don't know if I can.
You guys.
I might have
26th, 27th. Oh, it's gonna be multiple days.
We're gonna have to check. What? No, it's one.
It's gonna be multiple days this year. Yeah, they say they changed the second round.
No way.
Day.
All right,
yeah,
bro. We ain't streaming the second round. You want to go stream the second round? Go find another podcast, dude.
Yeah.
Hey,
no,
Alex, you want to
down,
stream the second round on TikTok?
I'll do a solo stream.
Solo stream on YouTube, bro. All right, hey. We'll figure that out. Down the road. Anything else?
Yeah.
The draft?
Yeah. Is there anything other stories? I guess Pacers off outlook. We do that real quick.
It's a pretty big story involving one potential draft pick. His name might rhyme with Ronnie.
Oh my god, bro. Okay, fine. We'll do Bronny. We'll talk about Bronny.
Ronnie James.
So Bronny James, rumored to have 10 teams or so invite him out to a workout. Interesting thing that came out from this week was he's only going to a couple of these. It's kind of crazy for a guy that's like a second round pick to be choosing.
He's so entitled. It's insane
where he's going, but I feel like that points to a potential bigger scale move of, let's be honest, Bronny James, he could be a good player or whatever, but This is about LeBron. Big boy Bron here, all right?
The king.
The king, all right? And
You are
it
my
becomes very interesting
sunshine,
when there's a lot of
my
smoke.
only sunshine. Okay. Continue.
All right, back to what I was saying. It becomes interesting when there's a lot of smoke coming out of Phoenix here of the Suns maybe trying to take Bronny with the 22nd pick and lure in LeBron here to form the old head super team.
That's not gonna work, bro. It's just that team is
Hold
not
on.
gonna work.
Hold on. Let me just set the scene here.
Continue.
Right?
Okay, fat ass.
The Suns,
No,
We
that's
get
Wow.
pardon.
Wow.
My bad.
Wow.
I like to
All right,
apologize.
Alex
Wow.
feeling some type of
Hey.
way right now.
Rich, why are
I'm
you
sorry,
I'm sorry.
bro? I
I'm
get
sorry.
it, bro. The
Hey,
Timberwolves
it's
knocked
all
out
love.
the
It's all love.
Nuggets, and then you pick the
Hold on.
Timberwolves and the Mavs are about to bounce.
No, I'm sorry, Adam.
I
It's all
know.
love.
I know you're in your feels right now, Pritch.
All right.
I am, bro. I think
Just try to be respectful.
DB is done
So
before this.
Bronny is interesting leverage here with Clutch Sports, right? Working out all these deals, trying to get him drafted, whatever. But if Bron says, listen, because he can't get traded to Phoenix, he'd have to sign there, probably, cheap contracts. He
Sign
could.
and trade with Beal?
I think someone offered to do that and said they should do that, and I think one of the insiders said that wouldn't work because of the contracts and how Braun makes more than Beal. Surprising, I don't know. They said it wouldn't work anyway. So you probably have to sign there for a minimum. So LeBron, I'm gonna paint the picture here. Suns draft Bronny with the 22nd pick. Braun, he said he's a free agent. I mean, he's been a free agent years before. No one's really made a big deal about it, but now that Bronny's solidified, he's gonna stay in the draft. Suns take Bronny with his 22nd pick, and LeBron says, "Look, I've made enough money in my career. Let's go play with Bronny. It's not too far from LA. Chilling here in Phoenix." Bron signs the minimum contract. He becomes the point guard that everyone's been saying they actually need. He takes over. I feel like he moved to the point guard. Then you have some interesting, fits there with how does a Grayson Allen kind of guy who just had a great year fit into that? What do they do with the center position? Probably trade
guarding anybody.
I mean, they got some
Who's guarding the
defenders.
Okay, so we're talking about a starting lineup of LeBron, Booker, Bradley Beal, Grayson Allen, and center.
No.
Right?
I don't know. I feel like they'd have to go get a center, right? I mean, who?
Yeah, exactly. So some kind of center, right? Let's just say for run out, it's a 4 and then a minimum center, like Drew Eubanks, right? We'll just say for the purpose of this, we'll say that, right?
Wait, a 4?
Who is guarding anybody
You
in the
didn't say
backcourt?
Kevin Durant.
I did. I said Kevin Durant.
I didn't hear you say KD. All right.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I'll do it again. LeBron, Beal, Booker, KD, any big man. So let's say Drew Eubanks. Okay. Who is guarding anybody in the backcourt? Who's guarding Luka? Like who's guarding? Like we've seen, who's guarding Ants? What the fuck is that team? Like it's not gonna work.
Maybe a guy like Bradley Beal has to buy in on the defensive end.
No, he can't. He's 6'3".
Maybe he has
How's
to
he
buy
guarding
in to win a
LeBron?
championship.
How is he guarding Luka? He's 6'3".
I mean, listen.
Like there's no way they think that. I mean,
hey,
Matt Ishmael would do that, to be fair, but like
he would. He is crazy enough to do it.
Yes, but it wouldn't work. It would be ridiculous and it would set the franchise back like years and years and years. Like
I mean, if he signs with a minimum, I don't think that'd set him back years.
But they're going all in, so they're going to put all the assets into building this team. Right? They're going to probably trade something for a center. They're going to try and fill out their bench with capable pieces. They're going to get away all the. They barely have any assets as it is. They're going to get rid of that.
Don't forget Bronny James off the bench also.
Yeah, G League. Fucking what's it called?
He's not signing a two-way.
No, he's not. He said already came out not signing a two-way.
Okay, so he's not going to play. He's going to be. He's just going to. Northern Arizona. What is the G League team? I know they announced it recently.
They just announced a new team.
Yeah, what's it called?
I think it's called the Valley Suns, and they play at Mullet Arena, which is the hockey stadium.
Valley Suns, yeah.
At ASU.
They moved, right? Didn't the Coyotes moved, right? Is that the name?
The Coyotes moved, but ASU hockey is still there in Tempe.
Go listen to Adam on the what's it called? The Inferno. Is that your thing?
Oh, Inferno Intel. Shout out Inferno Intel.
Yeah, hey, shout out, bro. He's making
at the hour mark of this.
Shout out Lakers Loop.
Shout out OC.
Shout out Adam Coonan Sports.
Hey, I appreciate all the love, all the shout outs.
Here is now. This is the future we see in front of us. This 5'6" hooper.
All right, back to the Suns.
Okay.
If this were to happen, Cheyenne, how do you see this playing out for them?
All right, if this were to happen, I would like it more if they brought preferably Beal off the bench and try to fit like pieces that would fit more cohesively on a team. Because this is
You're
a
paying
weird
$50 million
team.
for a bench player.
Hey, bro, I feel like that would fit better for
You
them.
can't.
Like
No,
the
yeah,
starting
I
lineup,
agree,
though.
but you can't pay a guy $50 million off the bench. It's like you just can't do that. I mean,
To
look at
be
Russell
fair,
Westbrook. Like he was being paid shit. And he was
that's a
still
whole
starting.
bench right there. That's the cost of a
Yeah,
whole bench.
exactly.
Right
No, it's more than a bench. It's like 5 times. No,
hey,
it's
but
like twice what a bench should be. One guy.
he'll have all the bench production in the world.
No, he won't. He's gonna have like 15 and 5, bro. He's gonna be like
15,
Luke
bro.
White.
Sometimes
For
that's all
50
you
million
need,
a
bro.
year.
That's Nas Reed numbers, bro.
You need defense. What you need.
Bradley Beal could be the greatest six man of all time.
Look, LeBron isn't a point guard anymore. He just can't guard anybody on that end unless you put smaller.
Why
Like
does
that
LeBron
Lakers
have
team.
to guard the point guard?
Who else is he gonna guard? I mean, if he's playing the offensive point guard,
Probably
he's gonna have
guard
to
like a
guard
Derrick
some
Jones
guard.
Jr.
Well,
or
just
like
because he
PJ
plays the
Washington
offensive point
type
guard
guy.
doesn't mean you have to defend him.
You've got Booker. You have Booker guarding Luka in a series. Like we saw how that happens. Luka gets stunned every time. No, sorry, Booker
Yeah.
gets stunned every time. Like there's no way this works out for any team involved, any player involved, any person involved. Everybody loses in the scenario. KD loses, Booker loses, Phoenix loses, LeBron loses, Bronny loses because the start of his career is just going to be being LeBron's son rather than actually establishing himself as a player. This is an awful thing for Bronny if this happens. He's just going to be like a novelty in Phoenix rather than like a legitimate basketball player, which he is. I think he's going to be a G League guy for his first year, but he can definitely grow into being a legitimate role player. Should he be getting this much attention? No. But good for him, right? But
Can you at least admit this would be a fun team to watch? This would be the most fun
it would
team
be
to watch.
it would be a fun for narratives. I think the media would never stop talking about them. I think they could be like
obviously
10 and 30, and I think every headline would be what do the Suns need to do to win a ring?
2022
like,
Lakers on
one of these.
steroids.
Yeah.
But Alex, you also gotta remember though, the old heads would KCP would take a minimum contract to play on this team.
I think he's pretty happy, and I think he's pretty happy in Denver. I mean, I think he's Denver's
Hey,
a
do you know
place
him
for him.
personally?
I'm saying, bro.
How you know?
The old head, Cheyenne, would the old heads not jump on board to try and win a ring?
Would they? Why?
I
It's an
think
old
they
team
would.
that's like they're gonna be an old team. They're gonna be a very old
They
team.
would.
Yeah, tons of
Old
vets,
team. A
tons
very
of
old
old
team.
vets that are gonna break down in the playoffs. We saw this with like the old.
Be
We
flowing.
saw this with the late Warriors in the
Cheyenne,
late
Cheyenne.
2010s, right?
Draymond
No, one second.
Draymond
No,
Green.
he told me that.
He would do it though. He would.
He would.
This is,
He said, "I want to play with Bron before I retire."
of course, he fucking would. But okay, here's the thing: we saw this in the late 2010s where you try adding these like washed-up role players to these superstar teams on paper. You end up with like Warriors Boogie Cousins, Jonas Jerebko. I know he's not a superstar. I just remember
Denver
him on those teams.
DeAndre Jordan though.
Hey,
He won a ring,
but
He won a
one
ring.
of the worst centers in the NBA, but he won a ring. You know,
He
but
won a ring.
these are like fucking DeAndre Jordan in New Jersey, not New Jersey, Brooklyn. Oh my god, in Brooklyn, like that doesn't work out either. Like it's just these old teams don't work. Teams we've seen with team building in the NBA now. You need to win. You need to develop players and make them into your own team and to kind of cultivate an identity and a culture, right? Golden State, Denver, Milwaukee, even the Lakers to an extent. You know, I think that's fair to say the bubble, they had a culture, they had a gritty team. I mean, like LeBron will be there for next year. You know, I think that's fair to say they had a culture. You know, and I guess Toronto, that's when you start getting toward the trade bit, and then of course Golden State era, whatever. But again, in the last 5 years or so, we've seen that to be competitive and to win in the NBA, you need to have a kind of a homegrown nucleus, and to not put all your eggs in one basket, and to just have it create a balanced roster.
I mean, the Lakers weren't homegrown though.
Yeah, that's like the one exception. But they had like role players who were like pretty like homegrown. Like, you had like Kuzma who developed. You had guys
Kuzma and Caruso. That's really it.
Yeah, Caruso. I mean, you had good role players, established role players who weren't at the end of their careers just yet. Like they still had more to give in their careers. I think that's fair to say. Like you had guys like Avery Bradley. You guys like Rondo who kind of rejuvenated his career there for a short time. You had Dwight Howard. You had JaVale McGee who just come off 2 rings. I believe it was 2 rings. So I mean he was at the previous year, wasn't he? But yeah, like I think that you need continuity in the NBA to succeed, at least early on in your runs. And I think Phoenix, they're just going to shoot themselves in the foot. But
in
the foot if they do this, which they won't. There's no way they take Bronny at the 22nd pick. They need a legitimate player. Like go draft Adam Bona or something. Boner.
UCLA basketball legend.
Yeah, you draft the guy from Oregon who was insane in the tournament.
And
Like,
Paulie Dante,
Fuck yeah.
Pac-12
hell,
basketball. legend.
trade up and get Klingon, bro. Like, trade up with
All right, bro,
Washington.
chill out,
Give
bro.
them
What are
back
they
Beal.
going? What are they
Give
going
them
to
Beal
give up,
again and
dude?
get
What are they
Klingon.
going to give?
Like,
No, bro.
no, but seriously, like, they got to make the use of that pick. Like, Devin Carter, maybe even Providence could be a shot if he falls. The thing is, the draft class is so weird that players could go anywhere. Where it's a fascinating draft class. It's a shame Bronny's in it because otherwise there'd be tons of great narratives around it. But Bronny's just kind of
I
done
don't
every
think
day.
it
No,
will
I don't
be
think so.
anywhere.
This draft
No,
class
because
is pretty
remember the
meh.
2022 draft class where it was like no clear number one. Like Jabari Smith was every player at the top. It was Jabari, Chet, and Paulo.
Paulo.
Where every player was kind of flawed and like there wasn't a clear number one.
I feel like they just weren't really talking about that draft like that though.
They were. No, they were. There was a big discussion about the number one pick. You had
Just
Jaden
the
Ivey
number one
versus
pick,
Keegan Murray.
though.
And the fourth, I mean, it was a good draft discussion. Like I was really following it that year, especially. I mean, I was really into it, and like, I think there's definitely tons of stuff you can talk about this year where there is no clear number one. Like, it could be an Anthony Best situation where like, fucking, I don't know, like Zachary Rizajay goes first overall, or like Matas Muzelis goes first overall. Like, anything could fucking happen with this draft. And I feel like that's a fascinating conversation started. If NBA media was actually focused on making good content rather than just getting clicks. But that's another argument for another day. We're the actual source of media around here, okay? If you enjoyed this media, this unbiased media, follow the Before the Buzzer podcast on all platforms.
Good shout out. But before we head out, one member of the media might be headed to an NBA bench.
Oh my God!
JJ Redick.
No
Assume the front runner for the Lakers job.
May I rant for like
Cheyenne?
2 minutes about this?
You go ahead. You had a strong opinion
Okay.
on this.
So, the problem with Darvin Ham was that he's an inexperienced young coach who didn't really know what he was doing, didn't know how to make adjustments, didn't have enough experience on an NBA bench to really have authority over a guy like LeBron, over the rest of that team. So why the fuck are you hiring like late 30s, like literally LeBron's age? I mean, how old is JJ Redick? Like, how old is he? He's 39.
LeBron
He's
might
LeBron's age.
Yep,
He's
they're the
LeBron's
same
age. He's LeBron's age, and he's gonna be the coach. So I feel like he's no coach. He's coaching experience. Is coaching his 9-year-old son. Like, this is insane. And I know he was in the NBA for a long time. So was like Al-Farouq Aminu. It doesn't mean Al-Farouq Aminu should be getting hired for a fucking NBA job. Okay? If JJ Redick really want to be a coach, he's cheating the system, I think. I think if you want to be a coach, he should have been in the system somewhere or gone to a young team like a Charlotte, who's hired Charles Lee. Could have also been a good Lakers coach. Could have gone there, developed some guys, been a good players coach. I think JJ Redick could be a great coach. But at the start, he's gonna have to learn a lot on the fly, and he's gonna have to learn some things about how to be a coach because he just isn't an NBA coach right now. He's an analyst. He's a former player. If he didn't have a podcast, he wouldn't be in this position. If he wasn't friends with LeBron, he wouldn't be in this position. Fair to say. I just think it's gonna fail. Like, there's no way this works because I think as good as coach, like Lakers Nation is never gonna be happy with this because it's just he's gonna take time to adjust. He's gonna make mistakes. Lakers Nation is gonna kill him immediately because Lakers Nation are the most toxic fans, arguably in the NBA, besides Boston and I mean Philly. Yeah, that's a shout. Even Knicks, but the Knicks are used to losing, so I wouldn't say that. But like, it's just it's bad. Like, I just think, in my opinion, as I told you guys, I think they should have just been like, fuck it, let's make LeBron the player coach because I think there's no issue
Alex,
about
that's
who's in
never
charge.
happening. Alex said there will never be another players coach again. You know how
Why not?
disrespectful that would be to
I'm
Laker
just saying.
Nation? Do you know how disrespectful that would be to Laker Nation?
I think Lakers Nation would fuck with it. I mean,
he's not.
I don't
He's
think they
not
would.
even a
Here's the
top
thing.
3 Laker of all time.
with,
He's not.
with JJ Redick being the coach. He's basically LeBron is basically the coach.
Okay,
But
I
that's the
understand that. I
I'd
agree
rather
with
just
that
go straight to
sentiment.
the source. Have
But
LeBron
you
as the coach.
cannot make LeBron a player coach. That would look horrible.
No, bro.
It's an
Yeah, it would.
optics
But
thing.
if you really wanted to win and you wanted to go down the LeBron friends thing,
That literally doesn't make a difference. It does not make a difference. If
I'm
LeBron
not saying it's the
was
right thing to do. I'm just saying if you're going to hire JJ, you might as well hire LeBron as a coach in the first place. One salary, like it.
Dude, the money is not the big deal.
I'm just saying but like, for me, it seems ridiculous to go down this when they need an experienced NBA coach. It's just ridiculous to me. Like, I mean, hey, Frank Vogel's available, right? Because Budenholzer went to Phoenix.
Frank Vogel will never come back to the Lakers. They
Yeah,
fired
exactly.
the man.
But, I mean, they fumbled him. That's the example. Like, there was NBA coaches they could get. I'm sure they could probably snipe somebody if they got him on a good contract.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, in head, JV Bickerstaff.
JB's not that bad. He's not that bad.
He is, but overall, like it's a bad. It's the Lakers are kind of screwed. Like they're not regardless of your opinions, Adam. They're not contending next year unless major changes happen to completely change the roster, and they don't hire JJ Redick.
Hey, according
could
to
be a
some
great
people,
coach.
JJ Redick got that Pat Riley potential impact.
All right, so
Pat Riley was an assistant on a championship team before that. Okay, let me just talk about Pat Riley was an assistant on the '80 Lakers with Westhead. Then they won the ring, and then he kind of slowly started rising through the ranks. He became better. He became almost like a co-coach to an extent, and then he became the main coach. And then he obviously had a great career ahead of him, right? Whatever. But the difference was also that Pat Riley was retired for a long time before going to coaching. It was 6-8 years, and then he was doing other jobs as well. He was doing media as well. I don't think JJ Redick has Riley in him. I don't think he has the same aura. I don't think that I think it's very presumptuous to say because Pat Riley's one of the best NBA coaches in our minds ever.
Hey, JJ Redick got aura, bro. He low-key started the NBA player podcast revolution, bro.
I mean, he's also white, so that they kind of subtracts from it. So
wow, bro. No, you stopping the talk. All right, Cheyenne. I gotta ask you.
If you're white.
So so I started off. Bro, cut you off, bro. You're going down a rabbit hole, bro. All right. So at first I was very against JJ Redick because of the reasons Alex said. And then I started to look around and Tyronn Lue's not available. All right, none of these coaches are really getting fired. They didn't want to go after Kenny Atkinson. And now I'm thinking is JJ Redick even that bad at that point? Because who's even available? I mean, is it really going to kill us if we hire James Borrego or JJ Redick? Is there really going to be that much of a difference?
Yes, one's an NBA coach, the other is
James
a glorified baby.
No, bro.
I'm not
James
against James
Borrego
Borrego.
is stupid, bro.
I'm not against James Borrego.
Kept LaMelo Ball on the bench half his rookie year over
LaMelo does not know how to
Devontae
win games. Okay, whatever, fine. Whatever.
All right, Cheyenne, are you that against JJ Redick, or are you kind of accepting because of the circumstances presented?
Dude, I'm not even that against JJ Redick. I mean, obviously, you'd rather have an actual coach, a better coach, but
yeah, an actual basketball coach.
Yeah, there really isn't that much there, you know. I wouldn't even consider James Borrego an actual NBA coach either. He's that bad.
Oh, shut up!
So,
no, he's experienced coaching. He took Charlotte to the play, and let's give him some credit.
The Hornets.
Yes, he took them a shitty ass team to the play. He made Miles Bridges
LaMelo took that team to the play.
A great player before he beat his wife. LaMelo was not. He drugged a bad LaMelo. LaMelo's not that good. He doesn't really play winning basketball. He just look at Charlotte.
Of course,
look at their record
ball hitter too.
Without him, bro.
Yes, because I don't like these guards that don't play defense and take tons of shots and put up great stats but don't make the team.
I mean, who's gonna
Alex
take the shots away from him,
McConnell guy, the gritty guy.
Yes.
The gritty,
not because he's white.
Grit.
It's a great. He makes players better. I don't see why you don't like this guy. And
wait, what?
LaMelo.
Why are you hating on TJ, bro?
No, I'm not hating on TJ. I was just pointing out the type of player that you're looking for.
Exactly. I feel like those players should
Austin
be the players.
Reeves, Alex Caruso.
I'm like AR. There's not just you. You have the whole jersey.
Peyton Pritchard, bro. He's your favorite player. Oh, his AirPod fell out. Can you hear us? All right. But
thank the Lord he's on mute, low key though.
You do agree with him though that this is a little bit questionable with LeBron
of course.
Having this relationship with JJ. Kind of feels like he's a player coach. Alex, you're on mute.
It's gonna be pretty weird, bro. It's gonna be they lose a game. What are they? They're gonna film their podcast.
I know
what happened. How we lost to the.
How do we lose to the Clippers?
Rockets.
Let's break it down. What? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I forgot to call timeout when they were on a 12-0 run.
My question is, at what point does it become a management issue rather than a coaching issue? At what point does ownership and Rob Pelinka have to take fault for some bad roster construction, some questionable moves maybe, and maybe the fact that they were the ones that hired and fired these coaches? And Alex,
for sure. It's definitely management's fault. I don't know what their idea was bringing in Westbrook, and they used Vogel as the scapegoat that whole time. I mean, it was.
No way. No, I agree with you though. I feel like
I mean,
Vogel might
it
get
was
scapegoated.
like it wasn't Frank Vogel's fault, you know. Like you could just see on like people like it's a bad fit for the team, and you just got to start looking at that. Like the roster like was not constructed well. They had like 40-year-old like Carmelo Anthony like starting some games for them too, and like you just
Yeah, that was
they
bad
they just
roster
need,
construction.
yeah,
It
like
wasn't.
they should have just built off like the 2021 season
No,
because
and you know
before
what's
AD got hurt, bro, they were up 2-1 on the Suns.
you know what's the crazy part? We really go into every offseason like, man, look at Rob Pelinka cooking. Look at
Yeah,
Rob Pelinka cooking in
like
the sun. And then
they signed some low key role players like you feel like a
yeah, we're
ball.
like, oh shoot, look at the shooting percentage though. Troy
Yeah.
Day in threes, and then the season comes around.
Hey,
And
you saw Gabe
Warriors,
Vincent in the
oh, man.
playoffs.
Come on, man. Man, Lakers fans have to
You
do a
know what
better
sucks,
job
bro?
of
Like
not hyping
no
up
one likes
Bronx.
Pelinka, okay? And he's better than maybe like Magic, but he's always not being very popular with Lakers fans. Am I correct? I mean, he's kind of, LeBron's at fault too. Like LeBron doesn't really know what he wants or what's good for him. This is why the
True,
players have any
true.
influence on front office decisions, in my opinion, because they don't know what they want. They don't know what's best for them. Like there's reasons analytics guys exist. There's a reason front office guys exist. There's a reason why coaches exist. Because players don't know what's best for them. I like playing with certain players they pick up. Doesn't mean I'm gonna win with them. I just like playing with them. You know, like, I like playing with Adam. Doesn't mean we're gonna win. You know,
Wait, so
Dang.
Alex, have you gone since like episode like what is this, 16? I feel like ever since
This is
episode 10,
episode
you
16.
brought up like your pickup game like every
I
single
feel like it's
episode.
important to mention
I feel
our
like your
basketball lives.
pickup
You know,
your pickup has been mentioned like the past like 6 episodes straight.
it's important. I feel like it's important to be able to relate our own experiences to our experiences as basketball
True.
enjoyers,
True,
right?
very true.
And I think that it's a great. It's just I know what it's like personally, right? And I think like there's guys
You're
that
in
you
the
see in the
streets
gym
like
and be like,
that. Uh-huh.
look at this 6'5" athletic black guy. Surely he'll be great at basketball. Surely he'll be great to play with. And then you play with him and you're like, no, this isn't what was best for me. You need guys to be able to make those decisions for you because the eye test doesn't always just fools you. Like sometimes you need to go with the short, crafty Asian guard who knows what he's doing. Like, you know what I mean? The Adam Kudins of the world.
The Brady
You don't always want a
Trent.
flashy. Yeah, you don't always need a
Mhm.
flashy Cheyenne Hediati on your team when you can get
Mhm.
a crafty
Well,
little, a crafty
Easy
little
money
hustle.
sniper. Easy money
Yeah,
sniper.
and the crafty little Adam Kunin on your bench. Like,
I don't
Hey,
know. I
it's-
feel like everyone would want me on their team, bro. Adam
I
saw
mean,
me, bro.
hey, this
Yeah,
like
oh,
me
boy,
too.
I
Like,
got you in the torture
like,
chamber, kid.
Two-way
when we
threat, bro.
pick up, I'm the best player. It doesn't mean I always win because I don't try enough. That's part of it too. Adam's always 100%. Like he's a worker out there. He's a dog. Like
You call me a
Cheyenne, he's a
worker?
dog. You know, it's. One day we gotta upload some kind of footage of us playing and like show the
True.
Buzzard fan base what we're all about. You know,
We're
I'm
gonna start
bigger
our
than I
own
think I
pickup
look
team.
on camera. I'm a big guy, but I play with like a big purr. You know, big kitten.
All right,
Like
with that
cat.
being cat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is decent comp. Decent comp.
I say I'm more Mike Muscala. If you saw the TikTok, you know.
All right, I'm not
I'm
gonna
Mike
get close.
Muscala.
Mike, good comp. Anyways, we're gonna head out. It's getting late. Thank you for watching episode. I can't even do it with my fingers anymore. 16
Yeah.
of the Before the Buzzer
Wait,
podcast.
go like this or something. Go like this and like that.
We're all
like
out of
that.
order,
So-
bro.
No,
I'm just
bro,
saying that like
hey,
not like you. Like Adam do it with one hand. Like one hand's to one hand's to
No, but we're out of order on the screen. Like,
yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
backwards.
saying you like
All right,
individually do it. Okay, whatever.
I can't do
we
this.
all
All
hold
right,
the
whatever.
one. Like,
Whatever, we'll figure
Okay,
it out
whatever.
for the thumbnail.
You
But
chilling.
thank you for watching episode 16 of the Before the Buzzer podcast. Got a little heated actually today. Felt like a little angsty.
It's always heated.
Almost went off the rails there. Hey, but episode 17, maybe a guest coming through. Who knows? You just have to tune in to see.
It's not Casey, we promise.
It's not Casey.
It could be
so-
Casey. I mean, if you guys want to have a Casey Coonan episode, hey, let us know. We're
might
always
just-
down for a little bit of Coonan action around here.
We might just have an episode where we just
Hey,
Too.
hey,
like
Thomas
Casey.
Coonan maybe on the
Casey
pod?
Coonan if you made it to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys hear that? Comment Casey if you made it to the end. But anyways, follow us on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and we hope you guys have a good day. And tune in next week. We'll see you next time.
God bless.